So they are able to give you a smaller picture. We'll do a practice right now and you will get a better idea as of now. Hi, Soel, good morning. Can you hear me? So Naga side, did you get an idea about what is about task 1 of your speaking module?
Yes, I got it. Actually, I'm like, do you have any recorded session of yesterday's class?
Yes, it is there. You have to ask the admin. Yeah, that would be good. You ask the admin and they might help you to get the session for yesterday's class.
Fine.
Right. So coming back to Sunil and Bhuvanesh, did you try to practice on the 4th topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Let's speak to Sohel. Hi, Sohel. Good morning. Can you hear me?
His mic is not working.
Yeah. Who is this person joined as user? Can I have a name? The person with ID as user? Yeah, the person with the ID as user, please share your name. What's your name?
Srikanth.
Sorry?
Srikanth.
Siddharth?
Srikanth.
Okay, so Srikanth, is this your first session attending as a demo student?
Yeah. Yes, madam.
Okay, do you have any idea about self-pip exam as such?
A little bit, not much more.
So we're doing the speaking session right now, and it's the 4th module in the self-pip exam, where everything you have to record on the computer. They give you various topics on which you have to speak. They give you a limited time to prepare for yourself, and then you will have to speak on those topics for a given period of time. Okay, so you will have to think on ideas, explain those ideas clearly with supporting examples, as I was saying, and I don't think you were there at that point in time. So you have to give some ideas, on the given topic and try to elaborate on the ideas. The main point is you will have to show some language, quality language in terms of how you spread the information, what type of ideas you want to speak about. You have to put it in a better, articulate it in a proper language formation, and try to complete the topic in the time. It should not be like you just have an incomplete information. Okay, so although you have a limited time to speak, but your focus should always be to complete the topic. And there must be a natural flow. You do not have to copy any accent or speak in any foreign accent. You can speak in your own natural tone. But the important part is how good or quality ideas you can share in terms of the topic. And if you understood the topic, and if you can come up with at least 2 to 3 ideas, that would be quite great. Yeah. So, okay. Sunil, would you start speaking about the 4th one?
Yes, madam.
Okay, what are your ideas? Yep. Can I just have it, because some people are new here?
Sure. The topic is about one of my friend is planning to go for a university. And she wants to understand whether she has to study in the local university or the other, like outside university. So she's in dilemma and she needs advice from me.
Correct.
So I would suggest that first thing is that first I will understand. I know that since she's my friend, I know that our subject of area of interest, that is kind of artificial intelligence, or what is a course that she's interested. And based on the course, I am planning her, like I'm giving advice that the university which she should go, whether it's in the outside university or like within the local. So that is a base where I will start my conversation. So next, apart from this university, I will also, because the job is also important after doing the graduation. So to be independent, I know that she's also interested to be independent after her education. So look for the opportunities which university is giving the job, job opportunities like campus recruitment. Campus recruitment, which is having a more opportunities, which is ranked, each university is ranked as a campus selections. So these two ideas I will go. And the third one is that I will give her two universities, Maryland University and New York University. Both are in same place only, but I'll just top of my head, Maryland University and or St. Peter's University. Maryland University and St. Peter's University. Just go there, and once you get a time, just go and get details with the people who are there. If you can get some information, that would be much better. Then I'll go there.
Right. So I'll just give you some time to just have a quick look into your ideas, and even Bhuvanesh, you also can go through, and I'll just take a minute before I'll let you start. Okay, we'll work in time today. We'll work with the time. I'll keep a timer and I'll allow you to speak in that time itself. Yeah. So just a few seconds, you just organize your thought process, think on how you're going to link the information, put one idea and then the next, and how you're going to flow your speech. So just organize that and then we start. I'll just talk to Suhail. Hi Suhail, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. So is this your first demo session are you attending?
Yes, this is my first one.
Okay, no, any demo session attended before, like to know about how the CELPIP exam work? Did you attend any demo session from us, from English Prince?
I was going through one. Someone had given me the recording of the first class, but I couldn't complete the whole thing. I was 30 minutes in. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So we are in the speaking section today. And actually, if it was yesterday, I could have given you a brief about the overview of this exam pattern. But since it's in the middle of the class, it would be slightly difficult to give you a clear idea about since I've heard the recording, you have a little idea, I believe. If not, you can definitely attend a separate demo class as such. You can request the admin and they will arrange it for you. So we're doing right now the speaking segment. And as I was sharing to everyone, it's about how you speak, communication, right? Speaking in English. So they will give you various topics on which you'll have to speak. And one of this is what we are practicing now. This is task 1 in the speaking. Your speaking program for all of you, for all those newcomers, speaking program starts with a practice task. That practice task will be unscored. Okay, you'll get a practice task which will be unscored. You can see my screen. And then your starts with your first task 1, which is giving an advice. This is what we're doing right now. And you get about 8 different tasks to be done in your speaking, but the overall time in speaking segment is less, 15 to 20 minutes. So you don't have to speak long, but you will have to speak on variety of topics, some comprising of 90 seconds, some comprising of 60 seconds of time. You get some very limited time to preparation, and you have to speak for a length of time, okay? Keeping in mind that you use, as I was saying again and again, that you give a clarity to your information, and clarity can only come when you support your ideas with certain reasons or examples, okay? Because you will be marked on these criterias, okay? On the type of quality of ideas you give, the number of ideas. If you only focus on one idea, and that won't help you to score much. Minimum 2 to 3 ideas are needed, and try to support. Okay, it's also important about the words that you're using, the phrases that you're using, and not only use the same word again and again. I know there is very less time preparation, but you will have to be so much practiced in these kinds of speaking topics that in the real exam, it will just come as a flow. Okay, you really need to practice hard. It's not going to happen unless you put your efforts into it and keep on practicing on the various topics given in your CELPIP exam. Apart from that, in a daily life, when you communicate in English, you need to be a little conscious. Can I use a different word here? And that can also create a change in your way you speak. Yeah. Listenability is about how you are putting your information in the right rhythm. There has to be a flow and there has to be a right intonation of your voice. Pronunciation is important because you are speaking over the computer. If your words are not properly stressed, they won't get recorded well. And if it's not recorded well, if you do not speak with your mouth open and use your jaws and your other muscles of the mouth, it won't help you to get that right word to the computer, and thus the recording gets affected. Examiner won't understand what is the word you're saying, right? And grammar is, of course, a fundamental part of any English or any language for that matter. So you will have to put your grammatical aspects into mind, keeping it sure that you give the right meaningful sentence with the noun and the verb, because that is the area where most people make mistakes. Using your conjunctions, your prepositions in the right order, and at the same time, you are using the tenses, which is important. If you're talking about something past, then you're using the right past tense and then present, and if required, future. Okay, so variety of sentence structures are important. If you can use a little bit of simple to complex to compound, can really make your score better. And only sticking to simple sentences won't give you that score. Okay, so making more small sentences doesn't show your language ability much. Okay, so all these areas you will be measured along with that on task fulfillment in terms of how you're relevant to the topic, completeness, in the tone, in how you speak, and the length of time that you cover in your speech. Okay, so let's hear how Sunil is speaking on the given topic. The topic is, all of you just have a look on the 4th one we are doing. Your friend is going to university next year. She's not sure whether to study in another city or live at home and go to the local university. So you're giving your friend a suggestion. Okay, he'll be going to university in the next year, and she is in a dilemma whether to go for a local university or to another city for study. So you have to give her advice, which will be better for her. And finally, it's her call that she will take, or whatever she thinks is right for her. Okay, so let's hear how we begin this talk. Yes, Sunil, you are ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can just put the timer. 1 second. Just be relaxed, and whatever ideas you thought of, speak it naturally. Okay, don't worry about how it goes, but we'll see that if you can cover the entire thing. Okay, it's a practice, so feel relaxed. Start.
Hi, Susan. How are you? I have came to know that you are looking for the university that you are interested in. Since I was in the same situation not long ago, I thought that I could give you some advice. I understand that you would like to go with the subject artificial intelligence, that is your area of interest after graduation, +2. Firstly, I would strongly recommend that you have to understand which university is giving the campus selection, because that is the most important after you complete your graduation, which gives the job opportunities. I would also advise you that once you get a time during free time, I would suggest you that you go to the university, to the other university, Maryland University, which I'm referring. Go to there and just talk to the students over there and understand about the faculty. I believe the faculty is excellent, because I have gone through the same situation last time ago. And you believe so. I also completed the other course, but not artificial intelligence. All the faculties in Maryland universities are excellent. Last but not least, you may also even consider of another university, which is called New York University, which is very near to this Maryland University. Both the faculties are just shuffling from, both the faculties are similar, only the university-wise it is different. So it is a good city, actually. In fact, the city is famous for the famous universities. I hope I was helpful to you. Don't hesitate to call me for any any other help. Please call me for any help if you need. Right. Bye and take care.
Yeah, so it was more than the given time, which you will not get in the real test. I didn't stop you because I thought that it will affect your flow. So it need to be within that 1.5 minutes. Okay, 90 seconds all you have within which you will have to speak. Now, what I find is something you talked about, that which subject you want to choose. As you said, artificial intelligence, that's nice. And you said that you should choose a university based on campus selection, because it helps you to give the job opportunities, as you said correctly. But I think you were concentrating between the two universities more. whether to go for Maryland or New York University. You said Maryland has good faculties to teach you this subject, and you had faced this subject before. Not this subject, but something else, some other courses we talked about. But what was the main point is that whether this person going to stay in his city or her city, or live or go to a different city for that matter. So whether she has to stay in her local university or go abroad, okay, but that was not very clear. You understand what I'm trying to say, Sunil? You focused on the two universities, okay? You focused on two universities, either to go with Maryland or go with New York University, but I didn't find what was missing is that whether she's choose the local can be Maryland. Okay, so if you choose local university like Maryland, it will give you a lot of opportunities because you can work for long hours after classes, since it's just a few distance away from your house. Okay, you get traveling time can reduce. On the other hand, if you work in the New York University and if you have to stay there, it's expense for your lodging, for your food. So give those things. If you have to study in a foreign university or little away from the main city to some other city, if she has to go to some other city, what are the negatives of this? Okay, whether she has to bear a lot of expenses or whether it will be opportunity for her to interact with different kinds of people, knowing about their culture or their patterns of living for that matter. Yeah, so is it an opportunity for staying in New York University, staying in the city of New York? Because it's a wide range of a wide array of jobs you will get once you pass out from that university. So what is it an opportunity or is it a loss? That was not clear. And if he has to stay in the local university, say Maryland, what is the benefits for her? If I think in that perspective, if you stay in local university, it's definitely not expensive at all. She can manage the expenses as she will be staying at home. And moreover, she can spend longer hours at the university as it's a few distance away from her house. And there are many other possibilities maybe. Okay, because Maryland also gives you excellent placement support in comparison to other universities in different regions as well. Yeah, so you will have to do the comparison between local and abroad. That's the main thing. Another city and local. That's a comparison which was missing. It's not about which university to choose, but whether it should be local or whether it should be out of the city. That's, in a different city for that matter.
Yeah, thanks.
You understand?
Actually, I was about to say, thanks.
You didn't get time, is it? Okay.
I was able to convey that message that like the distance wise less only, but that university is good. That kind of comparison I want to go, but my direction, I took the right direction, never took the left.
Okay, never than mind. So you got got to learn where you made mistakes in that. So initial opening was good. Towards the end also you're trying to close, but keep in mind, please work on timer and see that you're completing it in this 1.5 minutes. Okay, let's hear Bhuvnesh now. Bhuvnesh, you are ready?
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay, so you can start.
Okay.
Don't discuss the ideas.
Okay. Hey, Kathy, I just received your text regarding the dilemma you're having between picking a local university and or going abroad for education. Well, here's my 2 cents. If you feel you would miss your family a lot and would like to be in a familiar environment, I would suggest picking a local university. Chances are you would be getting together with your school friends in the same university or even be part of the known faces, which is a huge advantage. You don't need to go out of your way to make new friends. So I think that's an added advantage. Additionally, this option works out to be financially cheaper and affordable. So pick this if you feel you need these stuff. However, on the flip side, going abroad for education is one of the best decisions you could ever make. I think it's out of my personal experience, I can say it's more rewarding because you get to experience different cultures, meet different people from various backgrounds, which I think will help you grow as a person and also develop your soft skills. Again, your decision should be solely based on what works best for you. It should not be based on the pressure that you are under from your family or your friends. So think wise, make a decision based on what your gut says. So I think I've laid out my opinion. The choice is all yours. I hope you pick the right choice. All the best for your future. Let me know if you have any other questions. So I would be glad to help you.
Okay. So I think you have 5 seconds left before you stop. That's okay. I mean, of course, 5 seconds is also much. You should try to stop when 2 to 3 seconds. I mean, that's okay. If you have 2 to 3 seconds left and you stop, that's fine. But 5 seconds means that you could have covered up something more to add.
Got it.
In that sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we get this type of topic, you have to understand what is the main point. Okay. The person is in a dilemma, as we all, the person is a little bit confused whether to study in another university or to go to the local university. She has to go. That is not the point. But whether she has to go to another city or to local. So you need to draw a proper note taking. I mean, do some groundwork where you put local university and abroad for that matter, or any other city. Okay. And you talk about what are the possibilities of a local university, what are the benefits of local university.
Right.
One thing is that you will not feel homesick. So homesick. So you'll not feel homesick. Okay. You might not miss your, that's homesickness. And we can elaborate the idea. We're saying you will not miss your family, your friends, and you will have a good social environment if you stay in your local cities and local university for that matter.
Right.
But you also have to check whether there can be, because she's going to university, do you have different subjects, okay, so as to enhance your knowledge. Let's put it in brief point. You can also talk about any specialization which you're looking for. Is it there in that, as Sunil said about artificial intelligence. So if you're looking for any specialization, is it there in your city, in your local university or not? You can check that out, and then you can decide whether this is good or not. Well, on the other side, coming to if you look for a foreign university or study in a different city for your higher education. So you can use words like higher education. You can use words like for your professional excellence.
Right.
Okay. So that can be a better way of saying university studies.
Right.
Your tertiary education. You can even say tertiary education. So if you're looking for an abroad, of course, it will not come cheaper. It will not be inexpensive. Cheaper is a word which is a little less in. I mean, it should be less used. Yeah, it should be less used actually, because it's not a good word to use much.
Got it. Okay.
So it is inexpensive, and it should be. We should check about, because we have to seek our accommodation. So one is accommodation. We have to also look for our daily expenses, and of course, we'll also have to manage everything on our own. So it's not going to be inexpensive. Right. It's definitely going to be little. I mean, you have to be shelling out a lot of money in terms of seeking an accommodation. You have to have looking for your daily expenses as such. And at the same time, you will have to also manage things on your own. Okay, so you have to be, but having said all this, I can also say that since I was in the situation a few years back, it make you feel a lot of independent. It definitely make you feel a lot of self-reliant, because you are taking the decisions completely on your own. You're not dependent on somebody, and that makes you more stronger in your personality, I must say. And what's more, you're going to discover or explore a new place, a new city, which has variety of different cultures, maybe different types of people, their language. Initially, you might feel slightly difficult in adjusting with that environment, but later on, a few months down the line, you will find it really exciting. Okay, I know the person you are. You're always looking for adventure, or you love to meet new people. So this would be ideal if you study abroad to a different university, provided that university gives you all the future goals that you aspire for. Okay, so that way I can talk about. So, of course, it's upon your decision which one you want to choose for. But giving the decision to me, I would have gone. So you can talk about your way and try to project it to that girl and say, given the opportunity to me, I would have decided to go for a different university away from my native place, because that will give me a great exposure to the real life. And I know how the real life is than being cocooned at home with your family support. Yeah. So I look forward to hear from you more about it. If you take a decision, do let me know. Hopefully I'm helpful to you. Thanks and bye. So we can end that.
Okay.
So the point is that we have to put some ideas in front of us. Unless we have that, it's not going to create that flow.
Okay.
How local university is better and how staying away has its own loopholes, has its own damages, but yet it is exciting because it definitely creates a better person out of you. Okay, you are able to meet new people, or you can have a new culture to understand, to learn for that matter. So all this you can little bit share.
Okay.
And then you can make a decision, tell her the decision, whatever, it's up to you, whichever you think. And of course, you will see that studying in a foreign university also gives you your marketability of your profile as well. It means your profile gets more recognized in the job market. Yeah, so that way also you can project. But at the same time, it's his decision. You can say, if you were in her place, what would you have taken?
Got it.
And then end the call.
Okay. Okay. May I know if I was talking too fast or the pace was fine?
Yeah, a few sentences I couldn't make it out, especially when you were talking about new friends and school friends, which you will get in the local university. And thereafter, I missed a few lines.
Oh.
After which I could capture you about financially cheaper of local university, but then you talk about flip side. So I felt little organization of ideas were slightly weaker.
Okay.
It didn't come as a flow. I mean, see, you don't have to speak too fast. 1.5 minutes, as much as ideas you can do it. So in your groundwork time, you put down the ideas.
Okay.
But it's not that everything you will be able to say. As much as you can say, elaborate on it and let it flow. I mean, give that pacing between the words, that words are stressed, heard, captured over the computer.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so the organization was not that good, but you were able to like otherwise the pace of the speech was fine, right?
Yeah, the speech was okay. It was a flow,
Okay.
but it would reduce. Yeah, that's correct. It reduced on the speed part. Yeah,
Okay.
it was slightly faster.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Slightly faster, not
Okay.
much, but slightly.
Okay.
Okay.
Madam, but see, as soon as you see the option, there will be only two choices for us: understanding the option and ready for speech. Otherwise, make an ideas and then speech. So if you start making the ideas, then you will not have enough time to do it, right?
Yeah, that's what the challenge is. 30 seconds you have to put down the ideas and see this comes with more and more practice. How will you organize your ideas as you practice with different types of topics? You will have to clearly see that if I just thrust the ideas, nobody's going to understand what you're saying unless you elaborate on it. Like talking about the expense part. So in staying in local university, you will definitely have a home shelter. You will have a place to stay. You don't have to look for those expenses. Comparison to, of course, when you go abroad, you will have to look to defend for your expenses because you will have to manage things on your own. You will have to get the groceries and also the other expenses for accommodation. You will have to manage completely on yourself. Yeah. So you're comparing expense-wise. Yes, local university is better than this. If you don't have that plan, okay, so if you do not have that clear-cut plan between what is the benefit of local and what is the benefit of the foreign university or different university in a different city, you will not have that clarity. So you jot down those ideas and then you have to create the flow. That flow you cannot see, it will not be able to, what you can say is that, like you talk about expense, you create the flow from the foreign university to local university, how it is different. You talk about socialization. In local university, you will have your own friends, as Bhuvanesh said. But in the foreign university, you meet up new people. That can be. So you are seeing your ideas and you are putting the thoughts into the proper picture. Are you getting me?
Sure.
And
the other point is, do the ideas to be realistic or it can be on the imagination also?
Yeah, it can be fictitious. It can definitely fictitious. You do not have to make it a realistic anything as such. Yeah, it is not mandatory. You can make but the point is that if you have experienced that, it's easier to speak. Okay, creating a story takes much time, I would say. But if you have faced the situation, you have gone through it, you will be able to spontaneously speak about it in a better way. But also you have heard about it, you have seen people going to a different city for higher studies. You have seen that, and you can, from that experience, you can share a bit. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. So local university, what are the hindrances? That's what you have to find out. So you have to make up your mind that initially, what are the positives of local and what are its negatives? Quick thinking about. So positives are that it will be easier to travel and be close to your home, or managing expenses can be comfortable, but local university does not have much opportunities. Then compare it with the foreign university or university outside. So those ideas must be there in front of you. Quickly you have to jot it down. So understanding the topic, as I said to you, in 5 to 6 seconds, understand the topic, and you have the remaining time to jot down the ideas. Go a quick look on the ideas. Don't try to keep too many ideas, like 5 or 6 ideas you keep, then you will not have time to have a run through it. Okay, so in next 10 seconds or 15 seconds, try to come up with as many ideas as you can. And then the last 5 seconds that you have, try to organize things a bit before the recorder starts for you to speak. Did you get me?
Yes, ma'am, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Nani, good morning. Is this your first session with us?
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Sorry?
Actually, I have seen yesterday recorded video.
Okay. Hmm.
So
you have an idea about the CELPIP exam as such?
yeah.
Oh, fair enough. So let's move on to task 2. Anything you want to ask about task 1? Any doubts any of you have, especially the newcomers? Did you understand how things are going? I'm asking the question to Srikant, Suhail, Nagasai, and Nani. You just joined, but did you understand how is it going? Pallavi, do you have any question? Did you practice? Pallavi, you missed out actually yesterday. You left a little early. But did you able to practice any of the topics for part 1? I mean, task 1?
Not yet. I will practice.
Okay. So given this topic, can you share a few of your views right now? If I give you an opportunity to speak, will you able to manage? You've heard your friends talking, so could you make out something?
No.
Yep. Will you try? If it's comfortable for you, I mean, that will be fine. Is there an issue? I mean, do you have any, are you working right now, or if you're in the midst of something? I don't want to suggest, but if you are comfortable and you can think about some ideas, we already shared a bit. So to be able to speak on it.
Ma'am, I have a question if I can ask.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, how accurate or factual or practical we have to be while giving the advice? Like Bhuvanesh said, other city have exposure. So maybe the city we are living in may also be very diverse. So that thought may the negative, positive, as you said, to write it down. So should we like go fully practical or slightly?
It's fully practical. See, you have to understand that you're making a friend a suggestion. So now, would you like you want to first you have to decide. I mean, in your mind, can you decide what is a local university? What are the benefits and negatives about it? So if you think local university is in a village or in a town, of course, a city would be much better exposure. If you feel local university is your own hometown, say it's Hyderabad, and another city university talking about maybe in Delhi. So it's different culture, different exposure again. And diverse culture, diverse exposure makes a human being much more, I would say, much more stronger in the way they think, look at things. Okay, it changes their viewpoint or their perspectives to a large extent. So it depends on what you think as local university. It's up to your viewpoint. If you think local university is India and another city university is in Canada, okay, maybe Ontario or maybe Michigan or someplace, or New York as in US, somebody said. If you think that is much more alluring to go to a foreign university, because studying there will give you many wider job opportunities, and nonetheless you will of course come up with different types of people, different cultures, all these things. So it's your way of looking at things. If you feel local university is Hyderabad and another city is like maybe Trivandrum, or you can think of Vijayawada, then it's the way you will support local university more. Yeah, so it's your perspective, Sohail, which one you take it as a local and another city. Did you get me? Did you understand my?
Yes, ma'am. And about the advice, should we be like formal advice or strong
No,
opinion?
it's a friend. You're talking to your friend, so you need not be very
The
formal.
first, yeah, the first guy, Sunil, I guess, was very forceful
Formal.
advice. Like, yeah, the second guy was really formal. This is my advice if you want to take it like this.
It was not formal. He was trying to suggest that how this university is going to help you not miss your family on this. The tone was not formal. When you're formal, you're a little bit more stronger in your speech, and you will not use a very simple words as such. You will definitely have more respect when you're talking in a formal tone. So it was not at all formal. This was informal tone in which he was speaking, and he clearly used some simple words in terms of missing family, friends, which is the way we speak to our friends. Okay, so you do not have to give a greater amount of stronger vocabulary in an informal language, but you will have to use a variety of words. Okay, so socialization is one word which he could have used, which was not used much, and that could have made a difference, but it was not a formal tone. Okay, formal will have much more stronger approach. I do think that it must be followed, or I want to express my views in this way. So a formal tone, that is called a formal tone. I strongly believe that if you could do this, this would be efficacious for you. So I vehemently suggest a formal tone, that is called. Yeah, so those are the things that we can use as a formal, but this was not formal.
Okay, I've got it. Thank you.
Right, so we're moving on to task 2. We discussed a little bit more about task 1, but we'll go to task 2 now. And task 2 is a situation which you have experienced, okay, which you have faced, which you have gone through. Okay, that type of situation is given. So it may be you have been through it or you haven't been through it, but you have no chance, you have no choice but to speak about it. So, for example, they give you a situation and they then tell you what you can speak on this topic. So they give you a few suggestions wherein you can think about and share your views. Here you have to only speak for 1 minute, and the preparation time you get is 30 seconds. Okay, so for example, they give you talk about a time when you felt very proud of yourself. You felt really proud. You felt really like you've achieved something. You felt a sense of achievement in your sense. Proud is not like you're boasting, but you're actually feeling good that you have done it that way. So maybe you can talk about a goal you achieved, which I was saying, a time when you were able to make the right decision despite the odds, or something important you have said or done. So they give you a few suggestions. You can speak in any of these lines, at least a goal that you achieved, a time when you were able to take the right decision, or something important that you have done or said to somebody. So you talk about what happened and why did it make you so proud. Okay, so what happened? So what goal, if you're talking about a goal you achieved, what goal, what you did to achieve that goal, everything, and why did it make you feel so proud? So answering these 2 questions are important on any of these lines. Okay, so you have to think about a time when you felt proud about yourself. It can be a goal you achieved, then what is the goal? Why did you make such goal? Even you can say that, why did you had that goal in mind? And what you did to achieve that goal, okay? And how you felt after achieving that goal, and how it create a sense of pride in you, okay? So could you understand the topic? Could you understand what you have to speak on this given task 2? Are you getting me? What you have to do in task 2? Anybody didn't understand it? Given a topic, you will have to follow these cues. Okay, like in a IELTS, those who have given IELTS before or haven't given also, there is a topic where they give you a cue card, they give you a situation, they give you a incident which you have to talk about, or they give you a topic in which you have to talk about, and they give you few questions on that. It is very similar to that. But here it's talking about an experience which you had already been through. So something that you have done, something that you have achieved, and you feel a sense of pride in that. You have to arrange your thoughts. What was it all about? How did you do that? And how it made, and why you feel proud about it. What was that thing that you have done that really gave you a sense of pride within yourself? Okay, so could you try just think about some ideas, all of you present. Try to think on ideas on the first topic and think about a goal, think about something that you have done or said, think about a decision that you took, any one of the points you can pick up, and then say what you did, how you achieved that, how you got it, and why it made you feel so proud.
One quick question. Sometimes in IELTS they say that even if I go slightly off topic, it is fine. How is it here? Do I have to answer all the questions given in this particular task?
They're not giving you all the questions actually, as you can see here.
I mean, it says why. Why do you think
What
it was
and
right
why?
decisions? What were the odds? And things like this. Do I have to cover every point? That's
No, you take any one of them, either one this, or you can take up this topic, a time when you were able to make that decision that made you feel proud, or you can take up this one, any one of this.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Got it.
And then you talk about what happened. These are only the topic given to you.
Okay, it's just an
Okay?
idea to.
Idea, yeah.
Okay, got
How which of this made you feel proud? You can talk about this, you can talk about this or this. It's not like all the three are your pointers.
Okay.
They've
got
given you some example on which you can think about.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, and why did it make you feel so proud? So think on those ideas. I would like everyone to just share a few insight, no matter if you go wrong, no matter it is not happening, but try that, try to break the ice, okay? So if you have a hesitation, that might go away if you try speaking in the class, and thereafter when you practice, it becomes more stronger in your approach. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds for everyone to think about it. A minute's time I'm giving. All of you take a notepad, a paper and a pen, and try to jot down whichever point you want to talk about. A goal or a decision that you took or something that you have said or done, and then think on the lines, what was it, what you did to do that, what you did to achieve that, and how it made you feel so proud about it. Yeah, anybody ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have jot down the ideas in front of you.
Yes, ma'am. You want me to tell the ideas?
No, that's okay. Let's hear it. And just can you create that? How will you just have and organize those ideas in a quick few seconds? Can you do that?
Okay.
Just have a
My
brush.
ideas goes with like this. Like I'm based out of from Hyderabad, and many of my friends were opting for. I should say that not Hyderabad. I will say that I'm from Mahbub Nagar or some other place. I'm from Mahbub Nagar, and many of our friends were ambition was to go to abroad. And few of them were not able to come out of their place, and they did their graduation and they were doing job in Hyderabad in the local place. But I had a strong ambition that I need to settle in abroad. So I got to know by some other, like I got to know the information, and I've taken the coaching for this PR, Canada PR. and
Okay.
I
So I
made
think
up a good
you
score.
have organized your ideas. Like, let's hear it out to you. I put a 1-minute timer. So begin with, like, talking to somebody. Okay. In the earlier part, in task 1, you're talking to somebody. So you say, hi, Mark, or hi, Suzanne. Hope you're doing well. And I just got to know, you say like that. But here he's just sharing your experience. Okay. So you can go directly to the topic. Did you get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I put the timer. Are you ready, Sunil?
Yes, ma'am.
Start.
I just want to convey my personal experience, which I had 10 years, a decade ago. When I was doing my graduation, I was all of my college students, all of my college colleagues, and everybody were like doing their jobs in the local place, and we are all thinking that we need everybody, like someone was having a deal to settle in abroad. But we could not able to make because of some kind of lack of some facilities, but because of kind of approach. But I got to know by my uncle saying that if you clear some kind of exam, that I came to know, that is self-pip exam, and you can get a good score, and you can directly get a PR, permanent residence in Canada, and you can settle your life. So that is a shortest cut, and this is very direct way where you can settle in abroad. So it was a little hard work.
Time is up, Sunil, actually.
Oh God.
I had to interrupt you because then.
Yeah, sorry, actually. Yeah, thanks.
So this was a topic about, we're talking about time when you were able to make the right decision despite the odds. Is it that point you're talking about?
Yes,
or a
madam.
goal you achieved?
Goal I achieved.
Okay, so goal of studying abroad, or sorry, settling down abroad, and when you took advice from your uncle, right? You said.
Yes, uncle, self-pip, and I cleared the PR and I settled in abroad.
Okay, and that made you feel proud about it.
Yes,
that you finally could make it, although many of your friends and other relatives couldn't do it, but you tried hard and you achieved it. Okay, yes, but the ending couldn't be completed. So what it can do is that in the initial part, you don't have to talk more about that. This will help me to, I mean, that Canadian PR, you're talking about too much, which could have been reduced a bit, because you have to see your time. Okay, please look into the time and you'll have to work. So there you have to just cut short it and say that my uncle advised me to go for this exam, which will help us to make Canadian immigration. And I took up the advice. I worked day and night. I burned the midnight lamp, and I tried to be more focused in my studies, forgetting everything, all the distractions in my life. And that made me to achieve this success. And finally, I'm settled down in Canada, and that's make me feel a sense of pride for the hard work that I paid for. So that should be the way you need to, I mean, cut short of how the PR can help you, but you understood, you heard from someone, then what you did, that efforts that you put in is what made you achieve your goal. Yeah, so that highlight more a bit. Did you get me, Sunil?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You need to know where to cut it, because this is one thing that since I'm working with time, I have to be very extra cautious. I have to see the timer. I know I have idea, but I cannot drag the idea, or I cannot go overboard with it. You will have to manage it within this time, right? So since it's only 60 seconds, last it was 90 seconds, it could have still elaborated a bit, but here it's only 60 seconds.
So here, whom I'm telling my experience, I'm telling to myself, or I'm telling to someone?
Yeah, you're into the examiner here.
Okay,
so
okay.
You don't have to think that who you're telling. It's just like sharing an experience that you had done. So
to get into the character, madam. I'm asking this question to get into the character.
But it's just like you're sharing an experience that you had. That's it. Not like you have to saying it to your friend, because they haven't addressed that. So we do not know whether it's a friend or whom we are addressing. If they have mentioned, we could have, but they don't mention it in task 2. So you're just sharing your experience.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So anybody else would like to try? Yeah, Pallavi, can you try for this topic? I want to hear a few lines from your end. Pallavi? Okay, Nagasai, could you try?
Yeah. So I was talking about, I'm going to talk about the goal which I achieved in 2018 in Partnership Summit. I'm giving this service to the one of my government client. So I was supposed to give the demo to the Chief Minister on 2018 on Summit.
Okay.
So I'm the one
So
who,
can we
I'm
start?
one of the, yeah.
You arrange your thoughts a bit. Think about it, how you're going to speak about from one point to the next idea. Organize it. Use some connectors. Okay, you can say, then what happened, later that happened, this kind of connectors you can use. Yeah, because it's storytelling actually.
Okay.
Shall we start?
Yeah. So we are developing on software at the time based on our client decisions, and then finally our MD is one of the IS officer has been changed. So he came to us. He has seen the demo, and then he want to scrap down everything, and he want to build based on his ideas. So it will be very helpful for the CM to look into, and he will use somewhere else. So he has given the. We are running out of the time. Like we have around 1 week to submit that demo. But he has given me new ideas. So at that time we have less member in the client location. So we work for a week and day and night, and we almost completed the tasks, and we are running out of the data. So we are talking with other government departments and getting the data. Finally, we have achieved the thing. We have developed the software and we have given the demo, and we have given the demo to the CM also. It was we got good appraisal from everyone. And why so important for me? Like it was my starting of the career, and I am leading the team. So
Okay.
for this particular,
I'm sorry, but you have to stop because the time is up. It's 1 minute already. Okay. The point is here. Firstly, a little bit work on your pronunciation because words are not very clear. Either maybe we're not much prepared, or it's a morning time and you are not very. Not very energetic. Maybe that can be the reason. But your pronunciation have to work because most of the words could not be heard properly. Second thing is that I could only make out that you're talking about some software which your government client needed. And initially you made something, but it was not successful. They scrapped down, and then you had a week only to present. And then again, you worked with some other organization, is it? And then you have to run out of data, and then you complete it finally. So see, entire story or detailing, if you go, you will definitely have no time. Its point is about the goal that you achieved. So you had a deadline to be done in order to make a software for your client, a government client. And it was my initial part of my job. Put that in the beginning. It was my initial part of my job, and I was new to this organization, completely unaware of how things work. And I was given the responsibility to handle this project. And I was instantly getting completely in a very dismantled state of how to begin, where to start from. And everything was not falling into places. And then I tried to do my research. I tried to come up with strategies. So give those things. And then you talk to other clients, other different third parties, and you get to know how the things can be worked out. And finally, with their help and cooperation, we could be able to deliver that project in the due time. And the reason why I feel so proud about it, because I learned many things on that role. It gave me a great exposure to handle that challenge in the initial part of my career. And no wonder, today also, when I think about it, it does give me some adrenaline rush and makes me more feeling up to take more responsibilities and more charge about my team. So this is what you would have made it. But it was more about what you talking about the work situation, and less about, see, these are connected. What happened to you, what was the situation, will make you to think why you feel proud about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
don't focus on the main subject, like what was the story about, because if you go details into it, if you dig deeper, and that's where also Sunil has worked. If he went too much on the PR part and he was getting deeper into it, you must know where to cut it. You must know where to put things into place. It's about the experience that made me feel proud about something or goal that I achieved. So it was the initial part of your career. You were completely in a completely dismantled state. You couldn't decide how to begin with. So these are the things. And then you achieve something. And that is where it gives you a great push for your future life. Yeah. So that would have been a better. but nevertheless you tried, and that's what's appreciating. I would appreciate for that. First day you're trying something, but you understood where you went wrong a bit. Do you
Yes,
understand
yes,
that?
I got it. Yeah, I
So
got
don't
it.
focus on that main part. Subject is about thing you have achieved, already done, and you felt proud about it. So you have to cover up this point in the 60 seconds itself. Okay, so if you run out of time, it would be affecting your score. So instead of getting out of this, maybe you were supposed to get about say 8 or 9, you will get down to 7 or 6 in that sense, because you couldn't manage to talk about the feelings that you had when you faced this experience.
Thank you.
Nevertheless, that you could done a good job. You tried at least. Anybody else? Sohel,
Ma'am.
let me.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Bhuvnesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you
I can give
speak?
it time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which topic you will talk about?
I'll talk about weight loss.
No, I mean about a goal you achieved. That's it.
Okay, so a
You're
time
on the
when
first point, right?
yeah,
First point.
time when no second point, best
A
decision.
decision you took despite the odds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk about.
Are you ready with your ideas? Have you put it down somewhere?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you
I'm ready.
see through it? Can you organize your thoughts a bit? And you've seen your friends now, so try to be covering the topic in this 1 minute of time.
Okay, ma'am. I'll try.
Start.
If you ask me, I'm very pleased with my weight loss journey. It was the best decision I've took in my life. To not go out and eat with my friends, especially the fast food, which was only making it worse. What? Okay. I'm gonna do it again. I just messed up.
Start.
If you ask me, the weight loss journey was the best decision of my life, and I'm very pleased with it. It was a very sad and depressing time for me, and the weight was even making it worse. So the best decision was to not go out and eat with all my friends every weekend, and and it was very unhealthy at the first place. And despite of all the hanging out and everything, it was also getting very worse. So that's the best decision of my life, and I'm very proud of it.
Oh, that was too less. Okay.
Yes.
But you talk about how you reduced your weight, a bit of it, because you see the timer, since you are not, I'm not having a timer in front of you. I think that may be the reason. You talked about that you're forbidden yourself for eating from outside food, junk food.
Yeah.
But what have you done? You took some membership in a gym, or you are going for an avid exercises in the morning. You do it in the afternoon. In the morning and evening. And you never forget to do it. You follow a routine, regimented life. Okay, you check up on your diets. You maintain a balanced diet, especially eating more of vegetables and pulses rather than eating some any kind of high-end carbohydrates. Yeah, so you can share about these kinds of examples that you have done, and it was really initially quite tough because I am a foodie. I enjoy food a lot. And even my friends also indulged me in having these kinds of variety of burgers and pizzas. But unfortunately, I had to skip those in order to maintain the weight, because I realized that it's having a good health that is more important in the future rather than anything else. That's the biggest treasure that we need to own it. Yeah, more than money in that sense. Yeah, so that way I could feel that you can, but it was not about despite the odds. There was no odd into it. This topic is more about a goal you achieved. You had this in mind, you wanted to do it, and you performed a proper routine manner in which you achieved this goal of weight loss. Okay, it was not despite the odds. Despite the odds means many people told you, no, don't do it. It will not help you. It will make you more weaker. Then it will despite the odds. So if somebody comes and create an obstacle for you, they hinder you, then it becomes despite the odds. Okay. But in this
I was thinking about that. Friends and weekend going out, eating out was the odd part like this. I was thinking.
Yeah, but then you didn't say that the friend tried to indulge me in having it. They pushed me to have it. and I still try to forbade myself from those kinds of junk stuff and junk food. Okay, it was not that.
Yes, sir.
You're trying to
Yeah.
challenge your own thinking. Okay, you were a foodie, if I think in that way, and you have a great fascination of eating various kinds of food, right from starters to desserts, but how you try to keep yourself away from all of it. Yeah, so that can be the way, a goal that you achieved. I mean, you had a lot of problems in terms of managing your own heart and what you wanted to achieve, and then finally you did it. After maybe about 3 months training and proper regimented lifestyle, you could able to achieve that. Yeah, so I would say it's first point, but nevertheless, nobody's going to say whether you're saying this one or that one. This is just an any point you can pick up they have given you. And then you will not address in your speech a goal you achieved. You will say that this was something which I wanted to achieve it for a long time. And then I started working about it. I joined a health club or a gym, and I got enrolled myself there and followed a proper pattern of exercises. I even go for morning walks as well as evening walks whenever I get time in the weekends. So this way you could address it. Yeah, so that's fine. But I think it was very less you spoke. You could have elaborated, then only a person can understand your language ability. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
that's what I need to keep in mind.
Yeah, I'll take notes about it.
Yes, yeah, Bhuvanesh, you want to speak? You can.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I'll start now.
1 second. Start.
Okay. As a child and even as an adult, I've always been scared of heights. So when I was in the US last year, I wanted to overcome this phobia of heights. So I decided to do skydiving. So 2 years ago, when I was in this state called Maine in US, I skydived from 12,000 feet, and there was a free fall for about a minute, and I think that is where I lost the fear of height, and I enjoyed every second of the free fall, and that's where I've overcome my fear of heights forever. The lesson that I've learned was facing the fears and overcoming the phobia that you may have, and this has become a template for me. I've always tried to go and face my fears, and it has always paid me off well. I'm really proud of what I've achieved, and I think this is a personal milestone for me, and this will always be in my books.
Right. Good. On time. Finished. Yes. Nice thing you talk about a height phobia that many people do have, and you challenged yourself. You went for a skydiving from 12,000 feet. That's really humongous. Anyways, but and you finally had overcome the fear with having that fear free fall landing, and that made you realize that fear is just in your mind. It's not never in exist at all, and that helped you to overcome not only the fear but also help you to take up better things in life, do something challenges. I then enrolled myself maybe in other programs as well, where I could be more adventurous and do some kind of adventurous sports as well. Yeah, but good see. I mean, I like the way you try to explain your point, and you try to face the fears. Yep.
I think I repeated the sentence once or twice. I believe I could have cut short that thing.
Because the word fear was too much time said.
Yeah.
Scared, you could say, or trepidified, you could say.
Right.
I mean, that's the
Yeah, I could have used timid and all. I had
Yes,
those
timid.
words in mind, but
But it
when
didn't
I was
came out when you were talking.
yes,
I can
yes,
understand.
yes.
This is one thing that again requires little attention, because when you listen to your own recording, that's why I said you that when you practice at home, put a timer and the recorder and listen to your own recording, and then check what are the words I'm repeating. Can I make it better? Then again do another recording after an interval of say 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Do another recording and check again.
Got it.
Okay, some people also try to record and they hear the recording, they type the information on the document and see what are the words I have said. That's visibly easy to check where you're making your mistakes.
Right.
That's one way also you can practice. Or you keep on listening to your recording once and twice and see how can I make it better? How can I improvise first?
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope you got an idea about task 2. Anybody else wants to speak? Nani, could you speak? You wanted to speak on this topic or something else you want to? Srikant? Yeah, Srikant, I didn't hear you. Srikant and Nani, would like to speak on this given topic?
Yes, ma'am. I have an idea.
Sorry? Nani,
Can-
yeah, tell me.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly now. Okay, you want to talk on this topic, or shall I give you something else, which we have, like 4 options we have. In the real exam, you won't get 4 options, only one will be given. So shall I give you the next topic? Can you work on that? Or do you want to speak on this, which will be
Yeah.
comfortable for you?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Next one, you want to talk
Yeah,
about?
next one.
Okay, that will be good also for others also to listen to. So talk about a time when you interacted with an animal. Maybe you can talk about a family pet. So interaction with an animal is the main point. Talk about a family pet, a farm or a zoo animal, or an animal in the wild. So you can talk about any kind of animal you had interaction with. Can be a family pet, can be a farm or a zoo animal, or it can be an animal in the wild. You can talk about what kind of animal is it, what happened, means how you interacted and what you did with that animal, and why do you remember that experience. So again, feelings. This always, the why question will always be there in your task 2. Why? Why you feel it a worth experience, why you feel it to be remembered, why you think it's memorable. This will always be there. So situation is you're interacting with an animal. This can be a pet, this can be a family pet, this can be a zoo animal or a farm animal, or it can be an animal in the wild. So how you met that animal, what you did with it, what kind of animal. So talk about how it look like, okay, what are the looks of that animal is, okay, whether it's what kind of creature it is as such. And then how you interact, you can share some kind of experience in how you interact with the animal and why you feel it is something that is to be remembered. Okay, so Nani and I would say Srikanth, please work on this topic. I'll give you some seconds before we start, and even Pallavi, if you can contribute. So in the previous topic, I think everybody got a clear idea. Many of you talk about a goal you achieved. You can also talk about a decision you took, a decision to settle down overseas. Despite your family said that it's a big decision, it won't give you much better prospects as such. You will be completely in a different country on your own. A lot of challenges in terms of language, in terms of your culture. So there were odds, but still took a decision to settle down abroad. Okay, and now you realize it. It was a wise decision because it has given me a lot of opportunity to explore myself, know myself, opportunities in my job sphere, having a better lifestyle in a different country where there is less socioeconomic unrest. So that way you can think it really made a wise decision. Or something important you have said or done. So in this lines, we can talk about something that I've done. Like in the last year, the pandemic was a great hit to the entire global scenario and even in my country as well. But still, I tried to help as much people as I can. So as most educational institutions were closed down, I tried with some of my friends to open a small school in my local area so that I can teach the local children at least the basic language, especially the toddlers and the primary students as well, because they're missing out on the education part. So we tried to make arrangements, we tried to make it sanitize the place that we are going for teaching. And we kept the students also in a proper, in a distant manner and made them learn the subject. So this effort that we took in the last year, and even we are doing it as of now, but not in a very regularized manner, we do it mostly on the weekends, did give me an experience to help somebody be more thoughtful about others in society rather than only thinking about myself. So the situation that we faced in the last year with the COVID has really changed the way people look at things. And has also made me change from being more helpful and kind and being more empathetic towards society rather than being only looking for self-interest. Yeah, so that way I can talk. So that's one of the things that we can see. So we have many ideas, I mean, any of which we can pick up. Most of you talk about a goal you achieved, but there are things like this we can. So I give you some perspectives. and we can work on it. Yeah, coming back to Nani, can you share a few things about second point? Second question. Yes, Nani.
No, ma'am. Actually, I don't have any idea.
But if given the real exam, what will you do if you take such a topic? You have to come up with any animal that you have in your family, any animals that you have seen anywhere on the streets. Okay, interacted with that animal in a zoo or a farm or in the wild when you went for a jungle safari or when you went for any kind of an expedition, you met an animal. And what can you talk about that? Okay, what about you, Srikanth? Can you speak on the second topic? Yeah, Srikanth. Can you hear me, Srikanth? Okay, Pallavi, can you speak on the second topic? Okay. Yeah, sure, Bhuvanesh. Okay, so if Srikanth, you have to come up with some ideas or speak something